All right,
Dirty
Ooh,
y'all.
I'm
people.
talking about some caucasity.
Okay, come
Dirty
on.
caucasity.
So for the people that are wondering, this is Ashton Kutcher with his wife. I think it's Mila, is how you say, or Mila is how you say her name. And the man you see there with them is Danny Masterson. Now, Danny Masterson is formerly an actor, and he was on the one of the shows that I'm familiar with is that 70s show.
Hmm.
Well, he was just sentenced to prison for grape. Okay. I believe it was how many women? Like two, was it two of them?
Yeah, it was two.
Okay. So what ended up happening was the Kutchers is what I'll call them. So first of all, y'all know when there's somebody that's on the line that's about, you dealing with trial, you got to go to court, you about to be sentenced. Oftentimes when you're being sentenced, people write letters to speak on behalf of your character and things like that. Okay. So this is what they decided to do. And I think they did it not thinking it was going to be released to the public. But I don't know why they didn't learn nothing from the Tory Lanes, but that's probably not their arena. They probably don't be checking it out. But they decided to write something. And once they wrote this letter speaking to his character, how great of a person he is, all this and that, girl, the people
Hmm.
got at him when they found out. So they came and they decided to give the people this video.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
I kind of feel like they could have kept the video because I feel
Absolutely.
like the damage is done. It's too late. Y'all already wrote this statement. It seems like Ashton has resigned from his company or organization for anti something anti victims or something, some organization he has that he has recently resigned from, and now Danny Masterson's wife is just now deciding to divorce him after being sentenced. So I don't know, maybe she believed in him too. But y'all Kutchers done kind of up now. Y'all gonna have to go and lay low and get real quiet because the people not really featuring y'all right now.
They look dirty.
Mm.
I hate that, they don't take baths every day. And so as
Mm-hmm.
soon as they popped on the screen, she looks really greasy, which tells me she hasn't probably, done what she should do. Like wash your legs, Mila. Um, but I don't care about hearing this from them because to be honest, y'all gave statements to shorten or to have leniency. Y'all already knew what was going on. And this is Hollywood. Y'all heard about the rumors before the shit went to trial. So honestly, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but when you decided to write a character statement for somebody that is literally got convicted for grape, yeah, no, you're okay with it. You're probably one of those same people that is okay with it. And now because this has come out and you didn't think this would come out, now you're having to backtrack and make, apologies and all of that type of shit. I think Mila seemed low key annoyed that they even had to record the video
Mm.
because somebody probably told them y'all need to do this because this looks bad. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it still looks bad. Y'all look dirty and it looks bad, and I'm not fucking with y'all no more, which is really sad because I really like Mila Kunis. I like her.
Yeah, I really like both of them. I feel like you might have said something when you said she seemed like she was annoyed because it is giving off. I'm just doing this video to quiet y'all down, but I really don't give a fuck. Bitch, I'm rich and I'm gonna go back doing whatever the hell it is that I do, and I'm gonna continue to stay in contact with Danny because that's my friend, and you guys don't really know him like that.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, like here, yeah.
Yeah, so I was reading their character statement and I
Mm-hmm.
was not here for it. So, okay, in their apology, technically, they didn't lie. They didn't flat out say that they didn't believe the victim, but with their actions, they chose a side and they wanted to minimize what he had done. The character statement threw me because they were talking about how it would impact his daughter to not have him in her life. And I was thinking to myself, how irresponsible of y'all to say that, knowing that y'all have kids and y'all think that the influence of a man who's been convicted of being a rapist should be in his daughter's life. Like, that's insane to
No.
me. So I
When
need
we
to know
just
why
talking about
y'all wrote
this,
that.
I feel like we was just talking about this. Charlie, may not have been us, but somebody that was abused and they were still trying to allow the father to see the kid, even though the man was abusing the woman. Shit, I can't remember what I was.
hadn't heard.
I don't know.
Damn, I forgot. Damn, but still,
Yeah.
I feel like that
to
may
your
have been
point,
that was on Twitter.
it might have.
I
But
feel
I
like
definitely feel like that's a weird ass thing that y'all always do that. If a man beats his wife, y'all still feel like he should be able to see his kids. If and if a man is a grape juicer, you somehow think he's a good dad. Oh,
Yeah.
gunplay. It might have been gunplay. Yes, I think it was gunplay because your girl did a video talking about co-parenting with him. And I'm like, but he pulled a gun on y'all. And he should still have access to his child.
I feel like
Yeah.
it was Blueface too,
It probably was
because
Blueface.
a lot of people was calling out Krishan
Yeah.
for not allowing that man to be at the hospital when she gave birth to that baby. And I'm like, are you crazy? He's disrespectful as fuck.
I'm just disgusted that they sat there as a united front and decided as a union that this was the thing to do. Like, y'all have kids. Like, men go up for men all the time when they do things like that. But you as a woman decided to be in union with your husband on this dumb stuff.
Niecy, somebody said in the comments that Mila, is much younger than Ashton, and Ashton was inappropriate with her when they were on that show together. They was on a
Yeah.
70s show together before they got to get, he was
heard
still with
that
Demi
when she
Moore
was
and all of that.
14.
And
is
I
what
think
they
there's a
said.
story about the dude telling him he should kiss her or stick his tongue down her throat or some shit.
Yup.
Yeah. So
That's
she
Yup.
probably, she ain't right up here neither.
Yeah, no, I heard
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy. Not you over there being the board chair. Thank you for this Heavenly Games of an anti-child trafficking group, and you had the audacity to write. You ain't had no choice but to step down, big boy.
That makes
You gotta go.
sense. I can't
You
remember what
gotta go,
movie or
homie.
TV show it was, but there was a TV show or a movie about how the people that actually run those anti-sex trafficking things, they're the ones that actually traffic people a lot of time. Like they say they anti that, and it actually is like a back door to it. Like
Would not
I've
be shocked. I would not be
I
shocked.
wouldn't be
by
shocked
that.
either.
y'all are the pizza people.
And then did y'all hear about them stories on TikTok? People was really trying to expose him where allegedly back in the day he had an ex-girlfriend that was killed in her home, and he wasn't the one who did it, but he claimed that he had never saw her on the day of her death when, and they say he showed up to her house and discovered her body, and he called his team about it instead of calling the police. And they ended up saying that he thought that it was wine on the floor. Y'all haven't heard that?
No, do
Yeah,
share
that was
though.
coming out. I need to find the TikTok, but that right after they made this video, that was coming out. And because after you say something fucked up, they like, hold on, you was being a bad person this other time. Yeah, they brought that up. It was this girl. I think she was in the early 2000s. Can't remember the girl name.
Gwen Starks, thank you for the super chat. The cast of Friends is getting nearly 10 million annually in residuals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They there was one point where they whole cast said if we don't get what we want,
I
ain't
remember that.
nobody coming back.
Yeah,
And Girlfriends tried to do the same thing, but Tony was the only one that stayed on that road and everybody else caved, from what I understand about Girlfriends.
Oh, yikes. Thank you, D. Johnson, for the super chat. It's wild because Ashton owns a whole app system that helps find missing and trafficked girls that he was working with Congress for millions. Disgusting. Thank you so much for the super chat.
and thought it was a smart idea to write a character witness statement for this nigga. Like, you have to be a part of that shit in some type of way for you to even still do that. Because if you care that much about girls and what's happening to them, you should have been disgusted by that nigga and told his family, I ain't writing shit for him.
And right, and I'm not gonna put myself in jeopardy when I know I own this organization or whatever the case is. But then also, I feel like, see, Danny, I feel like you thought because your privilege couldn't work because they got more money than you thought they privilege would work, and
And
it didn't.
some Scientology shit involved in that too.
Oh, what?
I was about to say that's probably one of the reasons why they felt compelled to go up for him.
Okay, then. Well,
Because you know they definitely, that's another space where they do not protect those children at all. They
No,
don't
they stopped
yeah, I heard
fooling.
that.
I think something they said Tom Cruise stopped all communication like with his family whenever Katie Holmes decided that she didn't want to be a part of the Scientology church anymore. Like these people will withdraw from their children and their spouses in the name of Scientology, and they pay all their money to them too. Like
Yes.
the guy, what's the guy name who just got convicted? The one we're talking about right now.
Danny Masterson.
Apparently, they said that he was his family was completely broke paying Scientology because he grew up in Scientology, and that's kind of how he got his start into acting. But these people pay money. It's not just famous people. People will pay
Everybody
money and
who's
live
in
in
it.
homelessness in order to be a part of the church
That's
And then
or organization, whatever it
if
is.
you've ever watched the docuseries that Leah Remini did, they when I tell you she went
saw some
really
of
into
it.
that shit. And she talked about how they be paying for these classes, and sometimes you'll pay and get all the way up, and if you haven't done something or something, you haven't become like a fucking alien or something, you get knocked back down, and then you have to pay for more classes again.
That
They'll
is
just
what it is, alien or something. That is, I
Weird.
forgot.
yeah, you're
He
supposed to
felt
be like, you're supposed to become a fucking
like an
alien or some shit.
extraterrestrial being or something.
Yes.
It's
What?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. I heard some of Leah's because wasn't it on Lifetime? I think I heard some of or watched some of
A&E.
hers.
I
Or
thought it
maybe
was on
Yeah,
A&E back in the
It may
I
day.
have been
can't
A&E.
remember.
But she did good with that. Yeah, Mimi from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta talked about how, her mama basically said fuck her when she was like
Oh
15.
yeah, I remember
Yep,
that.
I forgot about that.
Probably following some white man into, Scientology. But it's
Yep.
a cult. It's a cult, but it's a cult full of rich people with access.
Interesting.
They buy a lot of real estate in Los
They claim
Angeles.
that Will and Jada in it.
From what I
I don't think they
understand,
in it.
they not in it, but they studied it. I think at one point, especially Jada was like studying a whole bunch of like different religions. And they studied the Scientology thing too. But I think it was probably more so from the point of I have access, so I want to see what's going on over here. But I don't think they're actually like in it from what I understand. But child, you never know with these Hollywood people.
Whoa.
But they still give too black for that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not for me.
yeah, you don't think so?
I feel like they do. I think they do get a little too black. But I mean,
At least
I guess I feel like the August Alsina thing probably got Niecy like, I'm putting that past these people.
And not just the August Alsina thing, but I don't know. They just seem like very open people, open to anything. So I can't say that they too black for that, in my opinion.
I'm only saying that because I just finished listening to Will's audiobook. And just based on the way he grew up and all of that, something about it, I feel like he wouldn't have ever really got. Jada might have been more inclined than Will was to become a Scientologist, because Will seemed like, I ain't giving all of my money like that to no fucking body, and I'm not giving control. The people in Scientology have a lot of control issues with the people in Scientology. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really extend their control outside of just the church. I think, it just, nah.
Oh yeah, I would stick on they two black side because I feel like out of control, Jada controls the hell out of Will. In all honesty. So I just don't. I feel like if she wanted to go there, he would go there. So I think she probably the one that would be heavily more so not interested than him. I don't know. I just see her being the power one. in the relationship.
Yeah, Jada was trying to learn about all religions. Honestly, I feel like that was smart because you can't get caught up in something if you understand it. You know what I'm saying?
What Tiffany Haddish do?
Is she in Scientology? That would make sense. I asked crazy as a Bessie bug.
Is she or was
Nah,
she
I feel
studying
like
too?
some of the people that's famous and you don't know why, or some of the people that's famous and you think it's because they got great talent, is also because of their ties in the church.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
But y'all, I really need for Tiffany Haddish to go sit down with a fucking like a real good therapist, like for a whole week, bitch. Go every day.
Oh, just a week? Oh, you mean every day? Every day? Go every
Yes.
day, 365.
Like every day in the week because something wrong, baby. Something is really wrong. I don't know how else to say it.
Oh, so wrong.